Kui hora and hare mai. Hello and welcome in Maori. Pool fans from all around the world, welcome to Hamilton, New Zealand. This is day 4 in beautiful Hamilton, New Zealand, covering 3 World Championships this week. $425,000 on offer. This is the Yalin WPA World 8-Ball Championship. The third year it's been revived by Predator, with a true international field of 64 players, competing for a $250,000 prize fund, $75,000 to the winner. We are down to the knockout stage, the final 16. Albin Ocean from Austria and Marco TEUTSCHER from the Netherlands, but now living in New Zealand. This is George TEUTSCHER and Tim de Rude, bringing you the live action right here from Hamilton, New Zealand. You're laughing again.
Hello.
Hello. Usually I have to tell them to say hello, folks.
And I did it in Dutch too, because
That's
my
right.
Dutch buddy is playing. So.
That's right. That you guys have a history.
Oh yeah, we've played each other so many times. At some point, I was happy he moved to New Zealand. You know, it's just no.
Well, both gentlemen have been on the stream. Marco TEUTSCHER defeated Miško Fortunski here, and Albin Ocean defeated Darren Appleton on this very same table a couple days back. And now they face each other in the final 16. Marco to break first, as he won the lag. Marco defeated Miško Fortunski, Hassan Abdallah, and Zizmon Kural to get to this point, getting to the final 16. Albin, on the other hand, defeated Emil Gangflot, Brent Ogg, and Darren Appleton to get to this juncture of their tournament. They are now guaranteed $5,250, fighting for the next stage. Upstage would be $11,000, 5th through 8th. And of course, $75,000 first, $45,000 second, 22 for 3rd and 4th. So there's quite an uptick to their path to the final. But that one is blocked by a lot of top players, the likes of Kunlin Wu, Alex Pagulayan, Zhonglong Chang, and many other players still in the final 16.
Yeah, so opening dry break for Marco did hit it square, but quite some draw on the cue ball, so not the same impact as he most of the time has. I know he's been working on his break quite a bit this week. And Albin going for stripes as opening shot, and that bump from the 5 put the cue ball a little bit awkward over the 1.
It does appear that the purple stripe there close to the cue ball goes to that pocket between the 1 and the 5. Other than that, everything is clear once he gets position. Our referee, as you see there in the background, is Ben Grumon. He is from Auckland, New Zealand, about an hour and a half north of Hamilton on the island here. Northern Island. Oh, it might not go. I think it does.
Okay, still managed to stay away from the side. Does still have the 11. Let's see, the 12 still needs some work as well, because the top left corner pocket is fully blocked. Let's see, we'll have to travel again, probably 2 or 3 rails. Won't be able to hold the cue ball. Played for the 14 in the side. And I think he has the angle to run towards the 8, which is really not that good news. So far, not looking too great in this opening rack. Not pocketing wise, but he's in a really tough spot.
Oh, he's gotten a nice looking shot here on this 9 ball to come over for the purple stripe, the 12, to shoot it in the same corner.
Well, still managing to get it done so far. Actually, quite surprised he's still running the table, because
Well,
he's been coming up with quite some shots here.
he came up with a nice one there, and the stop shot there pretty much gives him a good entry to that striped on the left there, the 14 ball. That's the 10 ball, I'm sorry. And then that gets him to the 8 ball.
Okay, so let's see. I don't think he can avoid a kiss on the 3 ball if he plays with draw. Draw doesn't take because it hits the rail so fast. So
Well, can you just come off the rail into the right side of the 3 and come up for the side pocket?
I do like it,
Yeah.
but you're never gonna not hit the 3 ball. Oh, yeah, he decided to play it clean. Because we've seen that before. He doesn't really like to bump the
doesn't,
balls a little
exactly.
bit. He
He-
likes to play it very clean, but also in order to hold the cue ball. I think that's one of the reasons why he hit it thicker. If you look, just slightly hit that too thick. Yeah, let's see if Marco can maybe run into the 10 here.
Would you consider just banking the 2 ball next?
Sure. I don't mind it. The only thing is that, yeah, he'll have to bank the 2. He was looking at this.
Yeah.
Bank the 2 and also bump the 3 ball. Because
Gotcha.
the 3 doesn't go in the bottom left either. So it's quite all in, but on the other side, he was supposed to lose his rack from where Albin was. So
Oh, yes. He missed the bump. Now, if he can clear everything off of there and then come down to the short side of the 3 and shoot it up to the same corner where he's going to pocket all the other balls, he's in business. But that's a tall order.
yeah, he needs to get rid of, for sure, the 7 and the 5, I would say, to be able to shoot the 3 in the top left corner.
And there's no insurance shot coming down for the 3.
Yeah,
Either
so
he gets on it or he doesn't.
he's now looking at going 3 rails to get to the 3 ball. So apparently he doesn't have to take the 7. I mean, he does. The pocket still does play, so that's the good news. 3 rails position, needs to get to that 3 ball. Ooh, it's a little bit soft. Does he get it to the side maybe?
Oh, look what looky what I found here.
I mean, it's not like he got perfect on it.
Yeah, no,
but
but
I definitely like to take it and go into the short rail, come back out.
I think he was playing position for the 4 and ended up with position on the 3, or maybe it was a 2-way.
Unless, I mean, he can see the angle obviously better than we do, so he could still shoot the 4 and try the same thing from the 7 to the 3, like try again. But yeah, from this angle, I really like to shoot at this.
I totally agree. Either you shoot at this now or you have to get position underneath to the left there.
Oh, how sweet did he hit that?
Maybe sweet enough to put the first mark on the board for the first game in this race to 10. In the final stage, it is a race to 10 instead of 8, as you were watching earlier.
A little bit surprised he chooses to shoot the 7 first, but he probably doesn't want to float to the 4.
He doesn't want to have to try to hold it, yeah.
So he's trying to get straight on the 4. He's played it great. I mean, just enough off the rail, gets perfect on the 4.
Yeah, as you like to say, this is ball in hand shape.
Yeah, for sure. So guaranteed to be on the 8. Probably will play a little bit of draw. Yeah, there it is.
Well, as he pockets this 8 ball, I'll give you a little history on the past of this tournament. It was started out in 2004, ran till 2012, and then for 10 years, no tournament. And Junling Chang had the honor of being the defending champion for those 10 years. But in the past 3, Predator revived the tournament in 2022 in Puerto Rico, and Francisco Sanchez Reis won it. In 2023, Shane Van Boning won this World Championship. And in 2024, we have 16 players still vying for this title. Some past champions that are in this tournament are Alex Pagulayan, still undefeated. Darren Appleton.
There we have Bob Evans on the right. He's one of the table mechanics.
Oh, with Bob,
one of
I
the
kept
table
calling him
experts.
Ben.
Oh, well, you were not close.
Dan, no, I wasn't.
No, making sure the tables are playing up to par, of course, this week. Very important. Predator Apex tables. We've had no complaints so far, so I'm so glad everything's been working out.
Darren Appleton still in the, well, is he still in the final 16? I'll check and I'll tell you later. Junling Chang is still in. And of course, semi-finalist from last year, Wojciech Szewczak, was taken out last night right here on the stream. Mario He is also, well, might be
Mario,
out.
he is out, I
Is
believe,
out,
yeah.
yeah. So back to the match here.
Yeah,
And we'll-
quite the steal last rack from Marco. Played a couple good shots early in the match, so definitely will settle him down. We'll be breaking.
We'll be back with the final 16, who they are and how they're doing as we go.
Okay, good impact, not a head-on hit. Does the 12 make it to the corner? Yes, it does. So makes one. Cue ball pretty open. So can still go either solids or stripes. One problem there is the 13 doesn't go past the 6 in the top left corner. And the 7 might not go to the bottom left corner, hampered by the 15. Might just go. No, it does not. I believe so. So both sides have something to work on. I don't mind going for the stripes, but you got to get to the short side of the 13 as soon as possible. So if he plays 9, 10, 14 and gets to the 13, I think that would kind of work. Then go to the 11, 15. Well, also the 8 is still tricky. So Marco chose to use his extension. They are playing with 60 seconds after the break and 30 seconds per shot, 1 extension per rack. He's chosen to use this right after. Now, if he plays the 1 and gets to the short side of the 7, the left side of the 7, that would open up the solids.
He can get there off this 5 ball. Stun forward.
Yeah, for
Right past the
example,
2.
yeah.
Yeah,
I really
right
don't
to there.
mind that, yeah. And then possibly from the 7 you get on the 3 to open up the 8. So possibly 5, 7, 3, 4, 6, 2, 8. Oh,
That's a pretty steep angle.
yeah, I think it's okay, but won't be able to hold the cue ball for that 3 ball.
You
And
know,
still needs to get that 3 out.
He could play the 3 now and get on the 5 for the 2 for the corner, and then get on the 7 from the 2.
He might be able to play this with inside spin and get to the center of the table and play the 2. Or he might just go up. Okay. Oh, how's the speed? Needs a bump.
Yeah, he got the bump.
I think he might just have that 4. Yeah, it's now 2 shots in 1 rack where the speed surprised him a bit. Table obviously playing a little faster than he felt like it did. Could be some early tension, of course, as well.
That, along with the cut on that 7, was rather thin and hard to hold the cue ball.
So softly off the 14. No, not off the 14. So
he
he's
avoided it. I thought he was going to go into it and stop it there off the 14. Oh, this is a dangerous place to be.
oh,
He's got to stunt forward for this.
Well, yeah, just not sure about the angle. He might have an angle to go into the short rail and still come out, like just to miss the 15. But he usually likes the stun run, so no, into the short run out. I think he's got perfect on the 3. So now needs to get to the 6 ball, center of the table. Will he go in between the 10 and the 11?
That seems to be the angle that's going to work for him, coming off the rail.
Needs some good cue ball here.
Oh, look how nice he came through
perfect. Doesn't want to be straight. Yeah, did get straight.
there. Oh.
Will have to leave himself a long 8 ball. Yeah, almost 6 a.m. in the Netherlands, so it would be nice if they wake up early.
Uh-oh, there's his long 8 ball you talked about. That's about as best
yeah,
you could
but at
do.
least he got off the rail and he got as close as possible. So big shot here for a 2-0 lead. There it is, smooth and clean, 2-0, Marco TEUTSCHER. Break and run.
Let me read off some of the scores for you here. We only have 8 matches going on right now. Joshua Filler 2-1 over Roman Heibler. Torsten Homan tied with Junling Chang, the 10-year champion. Kunlin Wu trails Alex Pagulayan 2-0. Darren Appleton tied with, still at 0-0, I guess they haven't started yet, Badr Alawaldi, Conrad Yushushin, and Pijas Labudis. Pijas leads by 3-0. Jui An Zhu, 2-0 over Mishko Fortunsky. And then Mateusz Snigoki trails Alex Kazakis 3-0. And that's who's left, and that's who's who in this year's 2024 WPA Yalin World 8-Ball Championship.
Yeah, funny story. They actually told me about Marco's nickname.
Oh,
because
yes.
there is a local commentator who calls him the gunslinger.
Oh.
And especially they start saying the gunslinger from Eindhoven because that's where he used to live in the Netherlands. But then now is like, yeah, they're making different versions of it. The gunslinger of Waikato and like, yeah.
Well, so being familiar with gunslingers, since I'm from Arizona, you know, we had Doc Holliday out there for a while in Tombstone, and we also had Billy the Kid from New Mexico. Which one would you relate him to?
No comment.
No comment.
Okay, let's go back to the match. 2-0 and TEUTSCHER to break. Oh, that 3-ball got close. 14 makes it to the corner. A wild cue ball, but still makes a ball. He gets there.
Spinner. I've never seen so many balls spinning after the break as we have this week. They sit there and
good
spin for
catch.
about 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds. Maybe even longer at times. Marco looking at playing the 7. Probably both balls or just one. And then the purple 4 right next to it.
Yeah, so he's got the 4 ball indeed.
So he's
Then he
gonna,
can get 6, 5, 2, 1, 8. Using a little bit more time on the pattern because he knows the 4 is, yeah, quite decent. He did take his extension. I'm a little bit surprised he did that so early, but
well, it looked like he wanted to check something towards the middle of the rack. I'm not sure what he was checking for.
well, the
but
thing is, there's not very much room on the table to get on the 2 ball. And that's probably what he was checking, like what are my options? Because he doesn't have to go 6, 5, 2, 1. He could also go 6, 2, 1, 5 and go to the 8, for example. But I think it would be a nice layout if he can get straight on the 6. Yeah, 6, 5. And then he stuns in a little bit. Guarantees angle on the 2 to get to the 1 ball. And then I probably would go to the short side of the 8.
it looks like just a straight stop. On this 5 ball. Yeah, he's going to come in perfect. Left himself just a tiny little angle to be able to move over just a hair to guarantee being clear for the 2.
Yeah, pinpoint position so far. Yeah, nice small angle on the 1. Can go forward. 8 in the top right corner.
Just lay it right up on the rail by the first middle diamond. Looks to be where the angle he has, the natural angle. What a great start. What a great start. Stealing the rack from Albin and then 2 breaking runs. Only in your dreams do you start better than this, and I don't see what that would be once he pockets this 8 ball.
Yeah, 3-0. Beautiful breaker run. Could not have played it any better, I believe.
No, that was actually absolutely perfect. We have the Women's Marseille World 9-Ball Championship going on. And we also have the World Junior Championships going on. We've had a couple of matches with the World Juniors, and we've had 2 16-year-old 744 and 746 Fargos competing in those matches. In addition, we just had a 728 and a 693 Arian Prasad from Hard Times in Sacramento, California, defeated Darren Asuko Sitoris from Indonesia 7-0 after losing to him last year in this very same championship. Here's some stats that you can look at right after the first 3 games. And you can see that Albin hasn't had much to do.
Yeah, only missed that 1 shot in the opening rack, and after that it has been only Marco, the Dutch Kiwi,
The Dutch Kiwi.
the only local still going strong here, besides the juniors of course, but they started yesterday. And so in case you wonder why there's such a big crowd for this match, well, there's a lot of locals that came to watch him.
Now he has a lot to do with having this tournament here.
Yeah, because Massey, the main sponsor of the World Women's 9-ball Championship, well, he works for that company.
And they also sponsor him.
Yeah.
Well, they give him a paycheck.
Yeah, well.
Part of
Oh
that.
yeah, and he doesn't complain. No.
Yeah, along with the Dutch Federation and Predator. He plays with the Predator icon too.
Yeah, he is. He moved here a couple years ago, and he really likes it here. He really enjoys his time here. So
It's a beautiful country. Everything I've seen here in Hamilton is just what a nice place to live. The rolling hills, a lot of cattle, everything's green. Jeez.
yeah. So let's see. 9 and the 14 are tied up. 10, 5, 13 on top. Albin doesn't really have a shot on a solid. It would have been nice to go with solids because the 6 next to the cluster on the top left corner could be opened while pocketing the 6. But it's only if. He only has this 11 ball. Oh, and he's missed the first shot.
Uh-oh. Well, the last time he missed a ball, he was penalized 3 games. Let's see what happens this time.
Now, I gotta say, this is a super tough run out. He was trying to, you see, he barely cut it too much. And just because he was trying to move the cue ball over straight over to the 10, yeah, he might be able to, if he takes the 10, is he able to just bump the 13 out and still have the 12 in the side? Tough position to be in. Is he gonna try and just lock him up both? No, play the safety. Nice shot. I like it. Most of his balls are in an open position, but I might see Albin thin off the 5 and bring the cue ball in between the short reel and the 13 as a counter safety.
Is he going to try to pocket this ball for him or just slide by it?
Well, I would expect him to. No. Oh, he has left the 12 on. Not sure if he's gonna like that.
So left the 12 on the side, and let's some point, you might have to play that 14-9 combination on the left side of the table, the two stripes. Marco doesn't panic at that shot clock going down to the last 3 seconds, or almost even 2.
I even think they did a little bit of a shot clock session at the club. His girlfriend did manage it, and I believe he actually likes to drop down when the first. Like you see, he hears the beep now. He knows, like, well, I got. He's a little bit late now. Oh, and he's missed the combination. Yeah, it was a tough shot. He knew actually that if he had made that, the rack was going to be open. So chance for Albin. The 3 doesn't go in the bottom left, and the 8 ball might be tough.
Oh, he didn't really give that shot a chance. Missed it by a bit.
Yeah, it was
Tough shot though.
Yeah, quite some
shot.
space in between. Oh, Albin's a little bit late here too. Yeah, I would say
Not much to look at here.
6, 2, 3, 1, 7, and I believe the 8 does go in the left side pocket, but I'm not too sure if he still has to open that. He's got quite a challenge ahead.
Wow, these two haven't played each other very often. According to Fargo, the last 2 meetings were in 2015 and 2017. U.S. Open in 2015, where Marco won 11-7, and then the European Championships in Portugal in 2017, where Albin won 9-4. And as far as their head-to-head matches compared to their common opponent matches, Albin wins at a rate of 53.7%. Marco's 50.8.
Yeah, so according to Fargo, would be quite even match.
Quite
Close.
But the information is very old. 2017, 2015. You made some points on how hard Marco was working here now with Massey, and he hasn't been playing very much. I think he's played more this week than he probably has in the last 2 months.
Well, for sure the last month. I can guarantee you that. Oh. Okay, well, he got straight on the 7, but he might have needed an angle on the 7 to still bump the 8. I truly don't believe the 8 does go somewhere. Does it? Is he able to bank it maybe still? In the side?
It'll bank on the side, right from where the 7 is. He just stopped the cue ball right there. I don't think he can get it off the rail anymore, so that's actually a good angle. He came up high on it.
Yeah, he's called the side pocket. Big shot though, because if he doesn't make this, he could be down 4-0. You don't know what happens after 4, 5, 6. So this is important. Oh, where is he cutting this to the corner? He doesn't have much time. Did go the bank. How's the bank? It is in.
Center.
3-1. Great shot there. OUSCHAN banks the 8.
Oops.
Yeah, beautiful bank shot. Could actually get him going.
Hintaras Petrovas is our timekeeper and scorekeeper. He is from Lithuania. I did better that time.
Lithuania, good job. Well, one thing's for sure, we're gonna see a big break here from Albin. Both of these guys, they like to break the balls at a very decent pace, so expect a big boom.
After watching Alvin break against Darren Appleton, I remember these big ones. He hits them hard. Solid contact.
Yeah, he's always been breaking the balls well, but sometimes breaking the balls well is not enough. That's the game of 8-ball, we all know it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he's gonna start off with the 9, just wondering, can he draw the cue ball back? Because he needs to get the cue ball out of there.
He has no other angle, so I don't think he has a choice but to draw the ball.
Long draw shot.
It's whenever you're 8 feet away like this,
Well,
it's not the easiest.
He's cueing high, so can he still go to the short rail and back out?
He must have an angle. He does.
Oh, needs a lucky rub. I think he did get.
I don't think he has a shot unless he crosses the 15 ball, one rail.
He did apologize there, so that must mean the 12 does go into the side. I think so too. If he can go forward, the 15 really needs a little bit of work. Make the 12 go forward, get shape on the 11, run into the 15. And then possibly have the 13, 10 or 14 available, depending on how you bump the 15. Well, don't think he's got enough on the 11. Yeah, he's not happy there. Got straight on the 11 and oh, he can still take the 10, rub softly off the 13 and hopefully get better on the 11. But would have been nice to open the 15 right away with still having 3 balls open. Oh. How is he on the 11?
Again, same place.
Yeah, so you might have to look into banking the 15
I
in
would
the
look
side.
at pocketing the 11, playing the 14, banking it. Well, actually, I take that back.
Yeah, you would have to get the cue ball in the center of the table and do more like a cut on the bank.
I might bring it back for the 13 here and then come towards this 14 and bank the 15.
Yeah, you got to take the 13
Yeah.
first. Yeah,
Yep.
You're not gonna leave that one up table. Yeah, if you can go to the center of the table, you bank the 15, you roll into the 7 with the cue ball, and you have the 14 as well.
No, there is that.
So I would like to go to center table, probably one rail, come back out. If
he
you
can-
run too far, you still got the 14.
If he can get straight into the right-hand corner, to either pocket of the bottom there, on the 14 and stop the cue ball there, you'll have a nice shot on the 15 and position on the 8. That's not a nice place to be on this 14 ball.
No, but this might be enough to bank the 15.
Bank it now. Okay, gotcha.
Bank it now,
gotcha.
and if he runs into the 7, we'll most of the time have something on the 14. I just don't like waiting too long.
I don't mind doing it at the end, but I would have paid more attention to getting
okay.
perfect on the 14.
Now, well, he's called the bank. 8 seconds left. How How is the bank? Does it go? It does go. How does he get on the 14? He needs a little bit of luck here.
Oh, he
Oh.
had it. If he rubs it, he's in trouble. He went right by it and ended up pretty nice. Similar to the shot he was going to shoot, but a lot closer.
Yeah, well, and he's got less angle on this, so just got to be careful that he doesn't get behind the 5. Like the 5 does come into play when going to the center of the table here.
You see, he's going to get up against the 8. No, it's just right. Well, no, he's looking at a bank shot.
A little bit more of a cut. He's not happy there. Going for the corner, thin cut. Gotta watch the cue ball too. Oh, always looking. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Well, apparently it stays on the table because the crowd is loving it. What a shot on the 8.
Did he break and run that, or did they exchange safeties at the beginning of the match, of the game?
I don't remember. It's
Yeah,
been a little while.
I thought maybe they had a little battle up on top, and he ended up with the stripes. Yes, they did. There was one shot.
I believe
Alvin
so.
came to the table for one shot, I believe.
Well, nonetheless, very good start for the Dutchman.
Weren't there some old-time Dutchman pirates?
Pirates?
Yeah, I seem to recall. Maybe not. Maybe he was one of them.
Arr.
The guy on the screen. There's something nice you can do while you're here. Get one of those posters. They're available for free. And go around and have every pro sign it and put that on your wall.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for a lot of these youngsters. That's exactly what they're doing. Those posters are some of the ad posters. They're like 15 by 20, maybe a little smaller.
Square hit. Needs a ball to go. How's the 15? Nope. Came out dry. A lot of draw on the cue ball this time. We've seen that before with Chevchik. Breaking the ball's good, aiming wise, but just the cue ball. Yeah, interesting, because you would like to go stripes. As you can see in the left, bottom left, the 3 doesn't go past the 12, so you go for stripes. But then on the right side you got 2 stripes on the rail, not passing the 8. And there's not really many stripes nearby to open that cluster, so he's looking at pocketing the 14 and run directly into the 12-9. But I don't think he's gonna be able to get both of them out. So
Well, if he gets one, he may be able to develop the other.
possibly. Oh, does the 9 go? Did he do just enough?
He made quite a mess of it.
Yeah, but it might be just okay to have the 12 and the 9 going to the corner. Well, a very unexpected miss, but Definitely made a big mess on the right side for Marco, if you look at all these balls surrounding the 7 ball.
Yeah, he made quite the mess there. And coming in to break him up is going to be tough.
Yeah, still got to solve that 3 and the 2, actually. Yeah, played safe. I don't mind it because I feel Albin is really in not so great spot here. Also was running out of time, so he had to do something.
Well, Albin chose stripes, right?
Yeah.
And he's got a mess. He made his own mess over there. He put 3 of them together, covering the...
He's called a 12 in the corner. And he's for sure going to make a bigger mess. Made it. Now, has he locked that 9 ball again? I think he has. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they'll get the 10 to open it up.
Yeah, of course, but
And that's coming next, I believe.
he just keeps
Maybe.
tying the balls up, which can be frustrating. Yeah, so he's gonna go for the 10 here. Not sure how much of the ball he can actually get. Is he able to still get to the 7? And is he gonna open up the 8?
Oh, he's going to
Or is
definitely
the
hit
7 gonna
he's
stay
definitely going to open them up. Hello, 8 ball.
the 8.
Oh,
Oh,
look what he's done.
This is what I mean. Every time he hit a ball this run out, like every time they have been clustering. Wow.
What a mess he's made there. And actually, this favors Marco because Marco can come to the foot rail and come up to break out the 15. Albin has to come from the top and come down to break him up, and the 8 ball's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in
like
Marco's
for
favor.
example, now I really like to push the 6 more over to the left towards the 8 and create a ball which I can use to later on open up the 15-3. I mean, I'm not running out here. There will be a couple innings
Yeah.
for sure.
He's got to get to the 6 ball to open up the 3 and get a nice angle. It's about the only way you can do it.
Well, a little bit short. Could have done with blocking the corner on for the 11 as well. But gotta say, Albin is in a really bad spot right now. Well, he was not trying to make that ball. I guarantee you that, because the fact that he made that ball is gonna put him in more trouble.
Yeah.
Because Marco can keep playing safe.
Sure. Now all he has to do is play safe on the 9 ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want actually Albin to, because you cannot expect him to go aggressive here, do you?
Why not?
Or you like going off the 6 into the 3 now?
Nah, not now. I'd like to be over about another to the right, 3 or 4 inches.
Well, did not open up the 3. I usually play the patient game. Like in a situation like this, I would not start to run out the balls. I would only start whenever I feel like it's like nothing could go wrong.
He's going to play safe behind the 4 ball here. He's just playing safe on the 9. That's all he had to do. This is a helpless feeling when you're Alvin.
Yeah.
This is a helpless feeling. You just feel
are
so helpless.
kind of doomed. You're still trying to save yourself.
Well, you got to do something. And Alvin is a very creative player.
Well, did the best he could do, get the 9 at least closer to the 15 to open it up.
Sure.
I might. Oh yeah, here we have the Massey. See, nice little bend. I might bank the 5 down table and bring the cue ball again top left corner behind the 4.
He hasn't left much here. If the 5 is not frozen, I don't think, oh, the 1 is not frozen, I don't think it is. Oh, he's left the shot, but what do you do with this? Hang the 9?
If you can bring the 9 just next to the 8, like in front of the corner, just next to the 8, then in most cases you would be able to pocket the 9 and maybe open up the 15.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, he
You
can
know, actually what is interesting is he could bank the 3 ball out now because the 8 is still blocking the 15 and bring the cue ball to the top.
with that angle, he can actually bank the 3 ball and stop the cue ball there for the 1.
Yeah, we started whispering because we didn't want them to hear our genius plans.
Marco is down here next to us, so we're at the base of the table here, and Tim's been shouting out orders to Marco on what to shoot for the last 10 minutes. And Marco turned around twice and said, "You're crazy."
Yeah, which is understandable.
Now Marco doesn't want to move that green 6.
Oh, really? He could just bank the 3 out and bring the cue ball all the way up to the 1 and never really sell out.
At what point do they call a stalemate?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you bank the 3 next to the 2 and bring the cue ball all the way up, he's never going to be able to shoot the 15, and the 9 doesn't go.
Well, the 9 has a straight back if he does that.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't want to tie those up. It does not want to tie those up.
He did.
Oh, the 3 might just go.
Oh, the
Was not trying to get them so close.
yeah, the 3 goes. He's going to kick. Ooh. Well, both of those pockets are blocked, so if he kicks this in.
Kick and a bank after.
What else do you have?
That's why I would have liked to get the cue ball up table.
And this is the kind of game that sometimes, you know, you don't expect to win. I mean, you don't expect to lose.
Oh, he did definitely touch the 15 there with his cue.
So he fouled anyway.
Yeah, almost pushed the 15 glued to the 8 by accident.
Yeah.
You see,
I
try to
think-
hit it so firm.
Yep.
Look at the 15. Yeah. In the end, he fouled anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But
Mm-hmm.
it's good to know why the 15 moved, of course.
He's laughing. He's got a shot. Is he going to play safe again?
No,
He can make the 3, can he?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
he
and
can
he's
make it.
drawing
He's coming back, yeah.
show off behind the back.
I would have shot it left-handed.
Show off. Yeah, needs to get decent on the 1. I think he's got it.
Little Z shot here.
Yeah, the 2 available in both left and right bottom corner pocket, so most of the angles would work to get on the 4. I think this will work for draw left to get to the left side of the 2. If he can be straight, we're looking at 5-1, and TEUTSCHER would be halfway. Yeah, that's what he's done.
Marco looking good through this game. Some very effective safeties. Albin still has that helpless feeling in his stomach, but at least the game will change now. Eight ball.
Yeah, 5-1 it is after quite a long rack, I would say. Quite some safety battle there. Albin taking a timeout. He definitely doesn't feel great. Made a couple mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
Score could have been a little closer, but still would be favoring Marco in this match so far.
Here's some stats out of the score's 4-1 here on the stats. So let's see if we can find you some. Yeah, there was 26 shots in rack number 6 in that rack.
That's quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine there's 8 balls. Usually it's 8 or 9 shots. So
Alrighty, overall performance. You're looking at an 898 to a 692, Marco. Break success. Well, Albin only broke once. And had no success. So it's 40% to 0. Missed shots, 4 by Albin, 1 by Marco. Safety efficiency, 86 to 80. I guess the safety or 2 that Albin played worked out okay. Fouls, 1 by Albin and 0 fouls by Marco. Missed shots. I think, did I cover missed shots? 4 by Albin, 1 by Marco.
I don't think you did, no.
Balls pocketed, 44 by Marco to 18 by Albin. Good look around the arena here. We have other matches going on.
Yeah, most of the matches, I believe, are not moving on so fast. There's one actually that was running quite fast. Is Conrad Justissen and Piers Lebudis. They looked to be very fast from the beginning.
Well, Joshua Filler is 8-2 over Roman Heibler. Torsten Homan trails 3-5 to Junling Zhang. Kunlin Wu 5-4 over Alex Pagulayan. Darren Appleton trails Bader Alawaldi 2-5. Conrad Justissen, as you just mentioned, is 6-3 over Pijas Labutis. And Jui An Hisu is 5-2 over Mishko Fortunsky. And Mateusz Snegoki 3-4, trailing Alex Kazakis. And that's your updates for the final 16 players in this year's 2024 Yalin 8-Ball Championship, World 8-Ball Championship. Is that your Dutch coach you were talking about?
Yeah, Rinus Gennissen.
There you go.
There he is. I think he's originally here to support Jolien Schuurman and Mika van Berkel in the juniors.
And the young lady on the left?
Is Emily Sumral, is Marco's girlfriend.
Right, that's what I thought. That's what I want you to mention.
And next to her is Jono,
This
who I
side?
just met 2 days ago, is a very good friend of Marco.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other two in between, I haven't met those gentlemen. Sorry.
Is that Marco with a smile on his face sitting in the chair
Yeah,
feeling pretty good right
Yeah,
now?
but I mean, he's loving it.
Oh,
Like
5-1, you got to love it.
yeah, but still, he said, listen, if I lose, like, he was working so hard on making this tournament happen. He's just enjoying the fact that he's actually in it playing, and he doesn't have to work, so he's enjoying the fact that he doesn't have to work. So, yeah, and he was actually quite sick, like a couple of weeks ago, like he got really sick. Had to go to the hospital and stuff, like didn't really feel good. So he's just happy to be out there, really, that's what's going on. And, well,
And on top of it, he's doing
very well, yeah.
You know, he's made money here. He's already in the final 16. He's
Oh yeah, he lives just right by, so.
looking good to move into the final 8.
Yeah, and breaking 5-1 up, the gunslinger.
And the final 8 is 11K.
Well, makes a ball on the break. Gets the spread.
Open shot on the 11. Does he have a shot at a solid? Yes, he has a shot on the 2 if he chooses.
Yeah. Well, the 15 does go by the 3. It does also have the 9 in case he wants to go to the bottom first and get to the 10. Yeah, if he can go from the 9 to the 10, maybe play a small bump on the 8, to where he's always going to have the 15 or the 12. Then it's open. Don't like the solid so much. It's called the 9 ball.
I wonder if he's going to move the 14, the 10 ball, excuse me. Close up of that color helped.
Okay, so he did it off the 9, which is probably better. Now just the only ball that I really would like to take care of is that 10 ball. Just don't know how much options you got on that.
Well, if he could cue well, if he wasn't hampered by the 1 ball, he could cut that ball, that stripe on the right, the brown stripe, and go back and forth and shoot the 10 to the opposite corner.
Well, he is queuing over the 1. So
That's why I said if he could cue.
Well, he can, but it's not going to be very comfortable. Like
Well,
this is missable.
Let's see what he does.
I think he would be guaranteed to be on the 10 ball, so. Yeah, this is it.
Does the 10 ball go by the 3? It
Yeah.
might.
I think it does.
Oh, and look how nice this lays real nice to go between the next shot for that little window of the 8 and 1, is it? Yeah, the 8 and 1. You'll have a little window.
Well, he might draw
Yeah,
straight to the
outside.
12 and just not even mess with it.
That would be much better than trying to hit that window, and if you don't get it, now you're stuck.
Also, if you draw towards the 12 and you don't hit it so great, you might run into the 1. It doesn't have full pocket, I believe, on this 10.
It's got enough, and like you said, he
Oh,
drew
he
through
drew
there,
too
he drew
far.
too much.
Wow.
Marco,
Needs a big shot here. I think the 14 does go to the top right,
Yes, it
and the
does.
cue ball can go 2 rails into the 4. So, oh, he goes to the left, which I would be scared to run into the 11. I don't
No.
like it at all.
I would go to the right here and hopefully hit that 4 ball.
Yeah.
And then from the 11, get on that 12 for the side.
Oh, this is tough. I don't know. Well, he definitely judged that well. I thought he was going to run into the 11.
And the cue ball, did he come down far enough? Yes, he did. It cuts. And the cue ball has a path to go around that 5 to get up for the red stripe up on top.
Such a big shot. If you catch any ball, you're not going to get to the 11.
It looks like he has a path. The only ball that might bother him is right by his hand.
There it is. How is he on the 11?
That's the ball he hits.
Oh.
Now he's got a tough cut on this ball.
Yeah, and also the shape to get to the 8.
A
He
little bit
still
of
needs-
little bit of right spin brings him short rail, long rail, short rail, and up over for
Well,
the side.
I might to try and go towards the 7, like 2 rails, trying to bump the 7. Oh, he
No,
moved
he-
a little bit with his body there. Raised up his bridge
He tried to
hand.
hold it. I would have come all the way around. That way to made that shot a little bit easier. It was a tough shot. Tough shot.
It's definitely not a hanger, but
Yeah.
I felt like the second he struck it, he raised his bridge hand a bit. I mean, it was very nervy too. It was really a tough shot.
Well, this will give Albin some shots to warm up with for the next game. Get loose at the table a little bit. He's been sitting in his chair for some time.
Yeah, I've mentioned this a couple times during the tournament. Is when you miss the ball before the 8 or the 8 itself. I mean, I sit in my chair knowing that I lost the game. Like, I'm not expecting to get back.
It's unusual to get back to where you can win the
Well,
game.
you got so many options, and you see your opponent. They have, you see, they got the 4. They're straight on the 2. It's guaranteed to be on. I believe it is the ball next to it. Or is it the 5? And that makes it straight to get to the 7. Like, it should be a stop shot pattern.
It is here. He's going to stop it there, shoot the 7 in the side. The 5 ball, the orange 5, to the same corner as the deuce and get up for the 8.
Oh, yeah, he might even 2, 5, 7, 8.
Yeah, he could. Yeah,
There's so many
exactly.
ways. It's just that's why I say you should never expect to get back to the table at this point.
Well, he's going to shoot the 5 next, then the 7. Either way, works fine.
Yeah, stop shot on the 7 and the 8 in the side. Was a great chance for Marco to take it to 6-1.
Wow, yes.
But it will be 5-2 and Albin breaking. Now, do we actually have a nickname for Albin? I don't actually think so. I don't think I've ever heard a nickname around Albin OUSCHAN. Just, yeah.
We're going
Just
to know
wondering.
soon, but there's 10 notorious pirates that are Dutch. I didn't look up which ones they were, but 10 notorious.
Sure. I'll go with it. I didn't know we were pirates.
You have some. Let's see if we can. There we go. Let's see if we have a nickname here.
Then we have Lena Primus and Daniel Gutenberger.
Well, and looking at several information here, I can't find anything for him.
We have Denise Wilkinson. Not sure if she's still in. She actually had a quite decent run. She lost her first match and then was still in.
Why don't you challenge the YouTube chat to see if they can make up a nickname for Albin, or come up with a nickname for Albin, or if there is one, provide it. His middle name is Alois.
Oh. Funny fact. Okay, so went from the side rail, made a ball. Oh, that 11 ball spinning quite a bit. So the 8 got tied up again. And does have, I would say, a much easier shot on the stripes than on the solids.
I looked up quite a bit of information on him and can't find the nickname. 34 years of age, just had a birthday the 14th of August. middle of last month. He was Arizona Billiard Player of the Year in 2021, EPBF Player of the Year in 2016.
Well, this is interesting. He tried to open up the 8. Actually did open up a little bit, but still tough to get to the 5 ball. So has a shot on the 1. Could hold it for the 3 in the side, but it's a little scary stroke, so you might play down for the 6.
And come up for it, and then from
Well,
the 3 go to the 5.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
the 3 might be a nice ball to go to the 5 ball. So 1, 6, where are you going to make the 4? 4 is tough too. Or are you going to play 3, 5, 4, 8? Ooh. That
He's come down for
barely
the
dropped.
6. He's come down for the 6. He's going to have to take the 6 here. Can he? Well, this is tough. He's got to come around and try to get on the 5 now, and from the 5, you can't go to the 4 unless you go back and forth. The 4 goes to the side pocket where his hand is, and that same side corner pocket. So you got to find a way to play it there. Either one of those
Is he going to
pockets.
play a lot of inside on this?
He's going to draw around it. Or he's going to come. He played the inside.
Oh.
There's your shot for the. Oh, look at this. Look what he
Oh.
just developed.
Well, he's got to be careful. Like most of the players would say, well, I can draw into the 5-8 now. But now by accident, you could make the 8 in the side pocket too.
worse.
So you got to be careful there.
He would be better off playing position for the bank shot on the 5 in the side than to try to move it from here.
I mean,
But-
I don't mind to play the in-between. It's just you got to be careful. Just focus on the fact that you don't cut it.
Yeah, there's position for the 5.
Well, he needs to bank it, and he needs to go up table to make the 3 in the side. So it's a two-way here. It's not just making the bank, which makes the shot a lot tougher.
Tall order, but some low right English will bring that ball around.
Has made it. How is he on the 3?
If it bounces with the speed
on
of
the
with
three?
the spin, he's got it.
Yeah,
The 10 ball holds him.
it's thin.
Yeah, but the 10 ball's there to hold him.
Yeah, but if you don't make the
Great
ball,
shot.
it doesn't.
Well,
The bank is. I mean, he hit the bank great, but I rather wait till after the 3 ball to say he's done great. He's playing low in the cue ball. Yeah, he's hit that great. Wow. Straight in on the 8.
Alvin's going to look over after he makes this 8 ball at Marco and say, I didn't go anywhere. I'm right here.
Yeah, 5-3. Pulled one back. Actually, quite a crazy run out. Really
he
didn't
had
look too good at some point.
3 great shots in that run out, though.
Yeah, to get on the 4.
The
Then to
inside
play
English,
the bank.
and then the bank with
And
with a going around position.
Yeah, and then you said, well, he's going to run to the 10, you know. And I was
Dead.
like, well,
Perfect.
yeah, but still to play with draw on that, like I said, let's wait a little bit. That was a great shot. He hit that real good. I'm just a little bit careful sometimes, you know, when they like still a little bit awkward. You know that they should be fine, but
Well,
you know also how funny the game can be. One skid and it doesn't happen. Like
yeah, Tim. But you know when you put yourself in that position and you're going all in, the pressure's off. Because some of those shots you're not supposed to make them, so they're easier to make.
well, breaking from the side.
Yeah.
A little bit inwards though, so still the hand on the table instead of on the rail. of overcut, but has made a ball on the break. 2 balls, 3 balls.
Made 3 stripes.
Yeah, and if you look at that 7 ball, well, you could choose the 7 or the 4, but might choose the 7. Solids are quite open, just the 8. Might not go in the bottom the bottom 2 corners actually.
Joshua Filler is 1 game away from going into the final 8. To the Elite 8. As they would say in basketball.
Yeah, so try to make a little bit extra space around the 8. Only nudged out 1 ball. And now also blocked the 2 ball to the corner by the 13. So he's looking at probably 6-1-5. And then 4-3. Possible 2 in the side pocket. And depending on the angle, you can do something on the 8, but you could also end with the 3 ball and shoot the 8 in the top right corner. That might be better. Does he get something on the 2? Similar cut like he had just last rack, but I would say he's still shooting the 4. Is he? Can he go 2 rails and run into the 11? Then he's always on the 4, and if he doesn't hit it, then still gets on the 4. Like he always will have the 4, I believe, as long as he doesn't run into the 13.
He wants to have straight in shape on the 4, or shape where he can leave the cue ball where the 3 is.
Oh, that just barely dropped.
No, he doesn't have the 3, but he'll get on the 4 perfectly to end up in this position here, or close to it, just a little to the left.
Well,
this is
if you look
delicate.
at that 2 ball, that was about to stay up.
This is delicate right here.
Yeah, he's got a little angle to work with. Stun in lash, stun inside. If he goes on top of the 15, I was gonna say if he gets on top of the 15, it would be so tough to get on the 8 still.
Is he gonna try to get that window? I think I would rather go underneath.
Underneath, yeah.
He doesn't. He has the angle. It looks like he has the angle to get there, but he has to.
I would go underneath.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to find that window.
That's a 4-inch or 5-inch window. That's gutsy. That is gutsy.
Well, did he?
I don't think he got it.
No, he hooked himself, I believe. Yeah, you can see on his face. Hooked himself. I cannot believe he played that. Would he be able to play a small messe in between?
He might be able to bank it.
Yeah,
and
he called the bank.
He might have a kiss, but he can. I think he can draw out of it.
Well, he looks fine for the kiss. How's the 8? Yeah, it's in. 5-4. Can you believe how he ran out there? He doesn't even. I can't believe it himself.
That was quite a gutsy play to use that window.
Well, it has worked out, but I wouldn't try it again.
Well, he has a higher percentage of trying it again. It'd be 1 out of 2. Wow. Well, all I can say, Alvin, to you is good shot on that bank, dude. And he did a good job because that could have kissed very easy. You know, the rule is if you can't shoot the cue ball past the object ball to the corner pocket, you're probably going to get a kiss. And he was able to avoid it.
Yep. So could have been 6-1 for Marco. Missed that 1 ball, and after the runouts we've seen from Albin have been, like, he's been working for it. They didn't come easy.
That was a break and run.
Yeah.
He made 3 stripes on the break, and then he ran out the solids.
Yeah.
Wow. He had 2 break and runs in his match against Darren Appleton. In his 8-5 win over Darren.
Well, he definitely got the square hit. And he made 1 in the side. Everything dressed up nicely. Can shoot the 10 to open up the 9. In case he wants to go for stripes. If he goes for solids, I was gonna say could maybe shoot the 6 and run into the 5 ball or the 9, but I think he got straight on the 6.
Well, both sets are wide open with the exception of the 5-13. Or is it the 5-9? The orange 5 and the yellow 9. Yes, the yellow stripe. It looks like he's going to open up the 9 right here by shooting the 10. Is what he started to do.
Yeah, I do like to shoot the 9, run into the 5 ball now, play with enough draw to always draw your way out.
Yeah, he doesn't have an insurance shot.
No, but I'm saying you play with some pace. The cue ball doesn't stay there, you draw the way out. Because the 14 is nearby, the 11 is quite over the pocket, you might get the 9 itself. Well, he's caught.
And as I said, he doesn't have an insurance shot. Does he have the 12? Is that the 12 or the, yes, that is the
He
purple.
might still have the 12, yeah.
Yeah.
I expected him to play more draw, like more firm, but
It just stayed on the ball.
yeah, he hit it.
It sat
full
there and
on,
spun on the ball.
Yeah, it was the risk, but I don't think he had any other ball to get it done. So now the 12 must go. A little bit fortunate to still have the 12. And we'll have to run into the 15. Was he able to draw his way out? Yeah, went to the top rail.
He got that ball back up there effortlessly.
Yeah, didn't run into the 15. And now the rack is wide open, all the balls go.
It's nice when you can break out your trouble ball on the very first shot. But he had to make a great recovery shot.
Well, he is gonna float that 14 in, get close to straight on the 15 to the bottom left. 9 in the corner and 8 in the side. It's quite lined up. Something weird must happen if you see Marco at the table in this rack, because the pattern is so, yeah, so no risk. There's no risk in this.
No. In fact, he's going to stop perfect on this 11 ball. Yep.
Ooh.
And just roll over and play the 8 in the side or in the upper corner.
Yeah, hit that
Either
very
side.
thick, and he stayed on the rail, so. No, I mean, he's still going to make the 11, and he's still going to have a shot on the 8, but maybe not as nice as it could have been if he went off the rail.
I don't know. He has no problem moving that cue ball around when he has to.
Well, it's jacked up, got
Recovered.
straight on the 8.
Perfect.
So it looks like we got 5 each in the making.
Two breaking runs by Albin now. Well, at the score of 5-5, time at the table now is Albin Ocean with 52%, Marco TEUTSCHER with 48. Their player performance, 893 for Marco and 864 for Albin. Break success, Albin's had more success with 75%. Marco's 50, fouls on break, 0. Fouls, Albin's had 1, it's the only foul. Shots missed, 4 by Albin, 2 by Marco. Shots pocketed, 53 by Albin, 50 by Marco. And safety efficiencies are both in the 80 percentile. 86% for Marco and 80 for Albin. Safety returns are both at 4. Albin to break on game number 11.
Well, a little bit more cut on the break. And turn out dry. Chance for TEUTSCHER.
And the table changed hands. 4 straight games by Marco. Puts him back to level.
Yeah, it will be interesting because, like you can see, top right corner is blocked by the 12, so the 2 doesn't go. And in the bottom right, you have a cluster. The 14 is clustered up there. But there's a couple stripes nearby, so I don't mind to go stripes here. You could possibly play a 1-14 combination right away. And the rack would be quite open, but it's risky. It's not straight and it's not easy at all.
You could also bank the 13 and draw the ball into the 1 again on the 14 and open up everything. Too late.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, I guess.
It's not going to happen. It had a little bit of angle, though, that probably didn't.
Yeah, I was
come
not
in.
sure if you had enough, like if you were straight enough on the bank.
No, it looked like it appeared to have just a hair of an angle that would keep him from doing that. Otherwise, I think he might have jumped on it. Just because of the way it lays for the side pocket.
Yeah, we are halfway there. Race to 5 from here. Not sure. Does he have the 9 to the side pocket?
I don't think so. I think he's going to have to go to the corner with it.
I really don't know so well what he has played there. Like, was he
Either-
trying to get cute on the 13?
With
or-
that little smirk he just did, neither did he.
Something funny happened,
was
I can
funny.
tell you. It was needs to make the 9 ball. Will always have shape on the 10. Still needs to solve the 14 as well, so he's in quite a bit of trouble here. Oh, he still could make the 10. And I like that because I like to have that 9 ball on top of the table in case you run into the 14 and you don't get something.
He more than likely ends up with this 13 ball.
Well, he can run into the 14, and if he doesn't hit the 14, he runs into the 1 and still has it. So he has
Right.
quite a decent target to hit.
And if he hits the right side of either the 14 or the 1, like this, he'll get on the 13.
13 or the 14,
or the
both.
14. Perfect.
Great shot there. Hit it perfect. I don't think he could have hit that any better.
Well, Marco's fan club started to clap, and then they decided not to.
Let's see. Does he play? I think I would draw the cue ball back. I mean, you can play 14-13-9, or you can play 14-9-13. Like, yeah, they played a 9. He wants to be close to the 8, and he's traveled a little bit too far. I might shoot the 13 and get to the center of the table.
Yes, I like that.
And then if I can get straight on the 9, he draws straight back for the 8 in the side. It's a little bit more traveling, but
Either that or just give yourself a hair of an angle to move the cue ball to the right to shoot the 8 ball in the corner. Either one of those works. Well, it looks like Joshua Filler, that's right, he's already in the final 8. I already called that. And Marco got just,
oh, he's got the perfect
Just
angle
right.
to get to the right side of the 8, so he
Right.
doesn't have to do a lot of draw.
I'll give you some scores on the final 16 right after they complete this rack.
He's done into the rail towards the 8. Yeah, he's perfect on the 8. And I think he needed this rack though, because he's been sitting in his chair quite a bit. Might have lost a little bit of confidence because Albin did put a good comeback on there.
Yeah, 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the fact that he takes his time on this shot instead of just step into it and get it out of the way.
Well, he just doesn't play that much at the moment, so he takes his time, but it's working. And he's up 6-5.
Alrighty, Joshua Filler into the final 8. Roman Heibler is out.
I was just going to say, he is going to go for a quick timeout, so you got plenty of time to talk about stats.
Did you have something else in mind?
No, not really.
Well, then here goes the scores, folks. Torsten Homan is trailing Junling Chang 4-7. Kunlin Wu is 9-4 over Alex Pagulayan. Alex was actually one of my, if you pick the top 3 or 4, one of the guys I thought might come through with this tournament. Bader Arawaldi is 7-4 over Darren Appleton. Conrad Yushushin is 8-6 over Pijus Labutas. And Jui An Hsu is 9-2 over Mishko Fortunsky. Mateusz Snegoki trails Alex Kazakis 4-7. And that's all of your matches for the final 16. Couple of guys on the hill. Kunlin Wu and Zhui An Hsu, both Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, 3 Chinese Taipei players, 2 Germans, 3 Polish. Yeah, 3 Polish.
Yeah, what it looks like, one Polish is going to be taken out. And, well, there's both Polish players left other than that's it. Fortunsky and Snegoki both trail. Fortunsky by a big margin. Mateusz has a good chance of a comeback. We'll give you viewers out there a little rest from our voices, as we'll take a little tiny break till Alvin gets back.
This break is sponsored by Yalin, Massey, Van Billiards, Kamui, Little Monster, Samsung TV Plus, the WPA and Predator Group.
I'm fired.
So Marco's back. 12th rack, he'll be breaking. Looking to create a little bit more distance than just one game. I'm really trying not to be biased here.
You've done a pretty good job. You've called it pretty fair. It was just that it was just that sobbing I couldn't stand when he was losing 4 games that made a difference.
Wow, scratches straight in the side. He makes 2 balls, scratches
Ouch.
straight in the side. But if you look at how messy the table is, only shot he can take, I would say, is the 11. He has the ball in the kitchen, so he has to play forward. So won't be able to play any of those balls on the top side of the table. The only shots he could take is... Well, I mean, there's always shots you can take, but I would say reasonable shots is the 5, 11 or 2. And I really don't like the stripes that much because of where the 15 and 13 are. So you might see him shoot the 5 and then run into the 8 and have the 7 in the side pocket. Big shot to start off. If he doesn't make it, he leaves everything wide in the open.
Playing the 5 ball. The orange 5 right next to the 8.
Yeah, and he has missed it.
Yeah.
He has missed it. What a chance for the Dutchman.
Big break.
Has pushed the 1 a little bit tough here. I don't think the 1 does go in the bottom left. So you do need to get to the left side of the 1 ball. Just wondering if he can draw off the 7 to the left side of the 1 right now.
Well, the table is still open, so he's taking solids.
He could. Yeah, no, I like what he's done.
Yep.
For a second, I thought he also could go stripes, but those 2 next to the 2 ball and the 7 were not so great.
No.
So he can get to the other side of the 1. Only has to work a little bit on the top side with those 2 balls. Okay, so the 1 does go to the left corner. Would like to be as straight as possible on the 5. Does not want to have the angle to where he pushes the 4 over to the 14. Actually would not even want to touch the 4. Like leave it there.
He's not sure if he wants to. Well, I guess he is. He's right down on it, so.
Yeah, he has
No,
half the
he's-
pocket. Doesn't have much, but he can play pocket speed. Yeah, just like that. Hit it great. And especially because he had to move the cue ball up, so he couldn't play it
Yeah.
soft. And is he not able to? Well, he must have too much angle, so he's looking at. Could blast the 4 into the 14, and hopefully it works out. But
I think that's what he has to do, Tim. There,
oh,
just
it
like
has
that.
worked out. What a
Yep.
shot there on the 4.
Very well control of the object ball and the cue ball.
Oh, he's got great top left spin to get to the left side of the 8, and he takes a 2-game window after a scratch on the break.
Yeah, Albin missing the opening shot there for that rack after the scratch was big, big, big.
Yeah, we knew that if he had made the 5, then it was all quite decent. So
The score would be reversed. For a 2-game lead, this 8 ball.
yeah, there it is, 7-5. Takes that 2-game window after he scratched on the break. Gets another try at that break. Has to be careful though, because on the 8 he did pull his bridge hand out. Like, like he lifted his hand while striking the 8. Like, of course, for now it has worked, but you want to be careful, because if you do this under big pressure, you might not get away with it. We've seen it earlier.
Kunlin Wu has defeated Alex Pagulayan. Alex Pagulayan settling for $52.50. $5,250. Kunlin Wu still in the hunt. Konrad Yushin is 9-7 over Pedros Labutas. But I looked over a little bit ago, and Pedros was walking around the table quite a bit. So. Figuring out where he wants to break from.
Well, the thing is, the break from the center was working. So he should stick with that. It's just that the last time he scratched in the side, he wasn't hitting him square, but...
Well, you know, you do know that when you scratch to the side pocket, if you don't get kicked in, you made the mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but if you don't feel it because of that, I can understand. But on the other side, if there was a spot you were making balls from, I am not changing.
Right, that's pretty much my point.
Yeah, more square hit. Needs a ball, makes a ball.
Straight in on the yellow stripe. The 4-ball just now. That's the only shot he really has. Unless he can see the 2-ball.
I don't think so. Don't think he can make the 2. I wouldn't mind going for stripes. The only stripe I don't like so much is on the right side. It's the 13. The 8 does go in the corner, as you can see, so I think I might like a 9, 15, 14, 10 drop down for the 13. Or does that say 10? 12, excuse me. 12, 13, 10, 8. Could be possible. Let's call this extension after the break again. Okay, he's playing the combination straight away. It's quite straight from a 14-12 combination, but probably he's going to push the 14 to the long rail and makes it easier to get to the 13.
Why wouldn't he play the 9?
Because he will get the 14 to where he can get to the 13 easier. Because I don't like the spot where the 13 is in. I don't think it does go to the corner. See if he can get straight on the 13 in the side, for example, and then go from the 10 ball up table.
I'd like to see a corner shot if the 13 goes by the 3. It looks like it does, Tim.
Well, that would make everything a lot easier. He could go 9, 13, 10, and then have the 14 to get to the 8 in the bottom left.
Is he going to shoot? No, he's going to shoot the 9 ball next. Yeah, he doesn't look concerned about this 11 ball. He's looking at the 10 at the 13, and then
just got to make sure he stays on the high side. Doesn't want to have the cue ball to run into 6-8 area. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, he was really trying to have that cue ball in a perfect spot. That's why he was trying to cheat the bucket.
Well, he cheated it once earlier, more successful than that. Oh, he had a lot of room to go by that 3 ball.
Well, Albin's running out of time. Calls his extension. Still some work to do because the 1 and the 6, they're basically blocking each other's pockets. So yeah, where do you go? The 4 does go if you can get on the 4. So get from the 3 to the 7, play the 4, run into the 8. Then you can take 1, 6. 2 doesn't go on the side, so it needs some work as well. Well, did not get on the 4. I believe he did not get on the 4. I would say we'll have to take the 5 ball. Could go 5-2, stop shot on the 7 to the side. 4, 1, 6, 8. And a lot depends on how well he plays that 4 ball.
That cue you have a good look at is the new Pantera. He just got that, and Jasmine got one just like it, but hers is wrapless. They were showing them off at the hotel at breakfast a few days ago. Rather stunning looking cues.
Well,
Oh, wrong angle.
I was going to say, if he got straight on the 4, yeah, he can maybe play for that window in between the 8 and the 1, but he's tried that before and didn't get it, so.
Yeah, but he still made the ball in the other pocket.
Yeah, he ran out.
crossed the bank,
That's for
right.
sure. He ran out, but
The only time he'd remember that shot is the fact if he would have missed the ball and lost the game.
what did he see there? Well, he's left himself the cut on the 6. Is he going to check the cue ball near the 14?
Yes, he's going to come
Or is
across
he
right
going-
above the 8.
Or is he going 3 rails to have the 1 to the left?
I think he'll just come right above the 8 with a little bit of check English, a little inside. He comes right over, right at the 14.
Oh.
He's going to get behind the
was-
14.
Can you believe it?
Oh,
He
my.
actually struck that really well
Yeah.
to kill the cue ball
Yeah.
off the rail just to speed, and he
He's
slammed
upset.
it.
He's upset. He got upset himself.
Wow, can you believe what is happening here?
To hit a ball that good and end up there. But, you know, that's the danger of rolling balls.
That's why I was thinking about going maybe 3 rails, so you could not get behind the 14. Was maybe a little bit tougher for the cue ball to go, but then still,
I like the shot.
I like what he. Yeah, I like what he's
played it.
done, but now I'm always playing 13 up to the center, stop on the 10, and then from the 14 to the 8. He's taking
Well.
2 shots to the side first, so. Or maybe he's okay. So he's going
Yeah,
to the
he's going
13 and
this way.
still using the 14 to get to the 8. I
He's
like
going
that.
2 rails around the 1-8. Not behind, the other way. I would have definitely gone the other way, never gone around those balls. Not on that side.
Well, it definitely worked for him.
Yeah, it worked perfect. Very few pros, when I watch all these guys play, will go around. If they have an opportunity to go on the right side of it, they'll take it so they don't get behind. And that's why I'm surprised he played it that way. because he had the same angle going the other way. And that's just from watching, you know, the best players in the world play, and he's one of them. You're looking at me crazy, George.
No. I mean, I just listen. 8-5. Marco TEUTSCHER from the Netherlands, residing in New Zealand.
Albin's still upset about getting behind that ball by the side pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, is breaking for a chance to get on the hill first. Was 5-1 up, missed a chance to go 6-1. Albin pulled it back all the way to 5 each. And then I believe he had a dry break. Well, we just seen what happened this rack, so and Marco basically took off again.
Now, he didn't run that rack after the dry break. They had a couple of small shots, and then he finished off the table, I believe. I don't think the second rack was a break and run. That'd be rack number...
I don't know. And
rack number 12.
I can rewatch it for you later.
I don't have to rewatch it. I can actually go to Michael's stats and give it to you. Oh, he doesn't have it. We don't have that page. Michael, did Albin? I mean, did Marco break and run rack number 12? We'll soon have that answer.
Well, you might not be watching.
Well, he's
Oh,
got on the other set of stats that he has, where he does rack by rack. It'll be on that stat sheet. I don't have that stat sheet. I have the other ones.
Well, let me watch his break.
He sent the photo, and here we go.
Head on. Cue ball was tracking to the corner, but he's made balls on the break. Yeah, look at this. Everything is open. No clusters, at least. So now, let's say, does he like the stripes or does he like the solids? I mean, both are laying good. Maybe the 14-11 is a little bit tricky, so that's why he's looking at the solids. So he's gonna try 7-6, go down to the one ball as soon as possible, because, yeah, it's one of those balls that you might not get great on. Then he'll go back up to play probably 4-3, 5-8. Think he got nice on the 6. Very nice layout for TEUTSCHER to get on the hill first.
Yeah, it was a miss by the opponent. He ran out 6 balls. That's when he missed that ball to the corner pocket. That he.
Yep. Well, definitely got great on the 1. 2 real shape for the 4 in the side. The only traveling that he will have to do is to get from the 5 to the 8. Oh, ran a little bit further. I find this table quite fast today. It's like it changed a little bit, but usually it gets slower. I see the cue ball is rolling a little bit further most of the time. Can still take the 3, 5, 4, 8, as the 4 is quite near the 8 ball. Doesn't have to shoot the 4.
Thank you, Michael. Got the stats.
Oh, I did get quite straight. Can he still reach that too?
Sure, he's got a Got a big old extension there.
Oh, left himself a little longer on the 4. Needs one good shot here to get great on the 8.
Here, so you just trust your fundamentals and don't worry about it. You just fire it in.
Just fired in.
Just
yeah.
fire it
Just
in.
fired
Rock
in.
and fire, baby. Stop the cue ball. Well, follow it a little bit, stun forward. You call it a stun run?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do here.
Oh,
Perfect.
hit it great.
Perfect.
Great shot on the 4. Straight on the 8. Marco TEUTSCHER on the hill. There it is, 9-5. Needs one more rack to get to his first major quarterfinal, I believe. He told me, he said, well, every time I play these World Championships, I keep like losing in the last 16. Every time. I don't even practice. I get to the last 16 and then I lose. He's like, this time I'm gonna try. So he's super close to get it done. And it will be tough for Marco. Will be tough for Albin, excuse me, because yeah, especially how he hooked himself the last time. That was a very important game. Things could have been closer. But don't count him out. He's already made one comeback this match. Why would he not be able to win the next 4?
Oh, he's playing well. Playing very well. He's, let's see, he won the first 3 games. 2 break-in runs to begin with. And then lost a game to Albin. And then won 2 more. Albin won off of his break with 3 break-in runs, and then Marco won the next 3 games. And now in the 14th game, broken ran. Michael says that Marco knows the table very well for some odd reason. Does that mean he set it up? I think he did.
Yeah, he might have helped.
Yeah, he might have helped set him up. That's right.
Oh, it came up dry. So
Well,
a chance for Albin. He needs to win 5 on the spin to survive this match. Is he able to do that? Let's see, the 2 ball is blocked by the 15. So that's why he's looking at going solids. I believe the 3 does go in the bottom left, so the ending could be 1-3-8, for example, 5-1-3-8. Would like to get to the 2 ball as soon as possible.
where's that other music coming from?
Yeah, tricky. Did get well on the 2 ball. Needs angle on the 7 to drop down. I would assume to get in between. No, won't be able to get there. I was gonna say in between the 5 and the 10, but the 12 is in the way. Can go forward. Maybe center of the table, but the 5 doesn't go past the 4. I believe he needs to get like to an area where you can get either the 1 or the 4. Yeah, 2 rails. He's got perfect on the 5, so now he could play 5-1, 3-4-8. He's solved the hard part.
Well, the 3 ball's still in the shoe with the 1 ball there. Oops, I'm sorry. He's
No, the 1 does go in the bottom right, and then he
Okay.
can shoot the 3 in the bottom left.
okay.
Or at least that's how it looks like. He might have to bump it, but we will find out very soon.
Yeah,
Well, it must go. So
Yeah, from that angle it does.
3,
That would-
4, 8. Get straight on it or get to center of the table. Similar. Yeah, so we got 9-6 on the board. After a dry break from TEUTSCHER, OUSCHAN clears up 9-6.
Well, you're saying there's a chance.
There is always a chance.
He broke and ran rack number 8, number 9, and number 10.
So, how about the other matches?
The other
How
matches,
do they look?
they look pretty juicy. Yeah. 9-6. 900 overall performance by Marco. 844 by Albin. Break success. First shot after the break. Fouls. 2 for Albin, 1 for Marco. Ball's pocketed. Of course, Marco leading by a few games. 9-6. Albin to break now.
Yeah, sticking to that side rail break, head on. Oh, the cue ball. Yeah, this time
What has
that
gone
much
right
draw,
for
a
Mark.
lot of
Yeah.
spin, a lot of draw. What a chance. Is he gonna finish here? The Dutch Kiwi.
Well, it's a nice, table's nice and spread. Is there any problems? Let's take a look. Straight into the pocket.
He made a ball too in the corner, so
Well, with those 2 balls tied up by the spot, from where the 6th ball is, he just might take stripes.
yeah, if you can solve the 10-11.
That's lined up dead, it looks like.
Well, I would like to
Take a look. It's
take a
lined
look
up
on
dead.
that. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
things a lot easier. He needs to get rid of the 13 as soon as possible.
Right after the first ball. You
Yep.
can just stop the ball right off of the ball on the side. He's going to shoot.
Yeah, 9, 13. Could go 9, 13, 14, go up, play the combination. Still needs to travel to the 15 on top of the table later, so we gotta watch that.
Yeah, but it's nice and open up there. Just a matter of getting down there.
Okay, let's see if he takes the 13 or the 14. I believe he's got quite some angle on the 14, won't be able to hold the cue ball. Could run softly into the 11. Guaranteed to have the 13 or the 12, but he's going to the center of the table to play the combination after. Well, he hit it very firm. He was
Well, he
traveling
said he
to the
had to travel.
15. Nudged off the 7.
And now he just has to come straight down the table for this combo. Do you like drawing around 2 rails to come through the path from where the cue ball is towards the combo?
I like to probably go 1 rail straight to the center
Straight
of
to
the
the
table.
center?
Yeah, and if you still have angle on the combination, it's fine. You can bump the 12 also. Like you can run into the 12. I just want to make sure I get at least something to work with. Like I don't hook myself behind the 4. That would be probably the worst thing that could happen.
He's going to come straight down, like you said, right towards that 4 ball. And he'll probably bump the 12, as you just mentioned, towards the pocket. Just got to make sure he makes that combo.
Yeah, I would try to catch probably a little bit higher side of the 12. Like I would not want to by accident push the 6 and the 14 together, so I'd rather stay a little bit too high with the cue ball.
That's why I like coming through here for the line.
Oh, he didn't have to.
Now he has to get on the 10. I think. Do we have a shootout going over there?
No.
Oh no.
Conrad Jussin beats Piers
just
Labudis. Yeah, things are getting heated inside here. Last 16 stage, this is where the big bucks are being made. Oh, he did cheat the pocket there. Great on the 14. Look at how well he got on the 10.
Conrad just beat Piers Labudis in a hill thriller. Alex Kazaki's also defeated Snikoki 10-4.
So still has to get from the 12 to the 8.
Perfect.
Only one reel, yeah.
Perfect.
He can maybe, yeah, he's perfect.
Yeah, this is the shot that Albin lost and got behind the ball. Remember, same shot.
Yeah. So now probably 2 rails can land on the second rail, should be fine. Top spin, maybe a hair of right, but
just make sure you don't hit a ball coming across. You don't hit that 2 ball.
yeah, that's just, I'd rather go a little bit too high.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And he did.
He needs to get off the rail. Yeah, he's got straight on the 8. This is it
This 8 ball.
to get to his first major quarterfinal in a World Championships. Any World Championships.
Yeah.
It's just a big moment for him. I can see it.
His big finish was the U.S. Open 10 ball. Which I actually commentated, I believe.
Deep breath. This 8. And is there. The gunslinger does it again. He gets to the quarterfinal at the World 8-Ball Championships. Marco TEUTSCHER beats Albin OUSCHAN 10-6. Great result for him, of course, and plenty of more hopefully to come.
Albin couldn't catch a break. That every time he did something, something else went wrong. Tough to do. Congratulations to both players. Top 16, final 16 for Albin, and quarterfinalist for Marco. Still to go. Looking for that big win. This is George Teacha and Tim de Ruyter signing off for the evening. I believe we have a couple matches coming back for you, but
what was it, 6 and
I don't remember what the
8?
times
We
were.
will be back soon.